Hey, peeps. So I just saw Disclosure Day, and I want to rant a little bit about this. This isn't going to be your classic movie critique. This is going to be about how we as a society, in what we believe and what we interact with, can do so much better. We can do so much better. We can do so much better than the nefarious government that is keeping the man down and hiding important information about aliens and just aliens in general. The whole thing, and I'm just going to be brutally honest here, piece of shit movie. It really was bad. And this is from the guy that did Close Encounters and did Jaws and E.T. And I'm watching this movie going, did I misunderstand? This is really Spielberg? It zero originality. Zero. It followed along the lines of every single story out there about aliens and how they look, from being small and gray and long arms, skinny arms, and great big almond shaped eyes. I mean, talk about unoriginal. Um, to, again, the nefarious government and the guys in the black sedans with blacked out windows, and everybody has guns, and the head honcho who is just bad guy. There's even a video in there of him like torturing an alien, the alien screaming, and it's just like, come on. We can do so much better when it comes to how we see our world, how we interact with our world. And this is I think what pissed me off the most is I see all these what is could possibly be a fantastic movie, and they always have to inject the bad guys. There's always got to be some horrible, willing to kill and maim, um, bad, evil person who, the protagonist needs to get away from. And at the end, I mean, it's the same well done, not well as in good, overdone storyline. Same old bullshit storyline. And so the thing is this: Close Encounters, that was a great movie. Originality as far as a storyline, the use of special effects were amazing, especially for that time. Um, it really didn't have this nefarious government. Yes, it had a government that was trying to keep it quiet, but it wasn't to the point of using killing and maiming, and just it was such a more peaceful and invitation to go bigger in your imagination. And I think this is where I got so pissed off, because the thing is this, guys. We may have images on a TV, newspapers, whatever, of bad things, wars, people being abused, riots, things like that. And that mindset and watching that kind of stuff and keeping it in your reality does this to you. It just squishes the crap out of you. That's why it feels so crappy. That's why it feels so bad. That's why it makes you go, I feel like I can't do anything. It just squishes you. I've got yellow pollen everywhere. It's that time of year. The thing is this: if you wouldn't behave that way, don't worry about it. If you wouldn't go out and riot and loot, then don't worry about it. See, the world is a direct reflection of you and what you would do. And I'm not talking about the world that you're seeing on a flat screen or reading about here or hearing from one of the cardboard cutouts out there. I'm not talking about that. I'm talking about you, this infinitely dimensional, see it, hear it, taste it, touch it, smell it, and so many other things. God of this reality. And I'm really going here. I tend to hold back a little bit on my videos from this version of me, but this movie pissed me off so much that I'm like, okay, no holds bar. And maybe that's a good thing. Maybe that's the purpose of it, is that I need to go into no holds bar on myself. The people in your reality, and I'm not talking about, again, guys, try to understand your imagination is just as one dimensional as what's going on here. Now, technically, we can argue that, but don't worry about it. Let's keeping it simple. You and your experiences, you're being alive. You are alive. And that is vastly different than everything else in your reality. Vastly different. And so take your cue from you. If you are worried that there are people out there that would break into your house and hurt you and harm you because that happened to my neighbor, and I have a memory of 30 years ago that happened to me, stop that. Right here, right now, if I asked you, would you do that to somebody? If your answer is no, let that be the Bible. Okay, let that be exactly the way your world is. Please follow that. If you lived in a world where everybody was like you, would treat other people the way you treat other people, not your best friend, not your brother, your sister, your mother, father, none of those people, you, the way you would treat another human being, this world would be amazing. And when I see somebody who is an amazing producer, writer, director, like Steven Spielberg, and what had the potential to be, I mean, come on, we live in a day and age where we have CGI, where we have AI, where special effects can be off the charts, where his artistic ability could be up to its full potential. And this movie was so far below his potential, so far below the line of anything good, that number one, save your money. Don't go watch it. Number two, wait till it comes out on Prime, and even then you don't have to be in a rush. It's really that bad. It is as mediocre as you can get. So, being said, what is that saying about me to me? Am I living up to my full potential, or am I just playing in the mediocre realm? And I think that's exactly it. I am playing very much safe, low key. My go-to thing on everything I post on social media is hashtag be bold. And I don't think I'm being anywhere near as bold as I could be. And so here we go. It's maybe that was the purpose of going and watching this movie, is, oh my God, it's so bad. It was so bad. So sad, so let down. I'm so let down. But the only person who's letting me down is me. Because again, this is my creation. This entire world is my creation. This entire world is a reflection of me in real time. And when it comes to violence, and when it comes to all of those kind of things, it's time we do better. We can do better. We can stop giving away our sense of safety, our sense of security, but more than that, our authorship of this reality. Stop it. Stop giving it away. Stop copying what the cardboard cutouts are saying. Stop it. Stop copying the same old movie line that has been done. There is no flavor left in that gum. None. And to see Steven Spielberg try and eke something out of that same old boring storyline is just, it really showed me how mediocre I'm playing the game, and that I can go so much bigger than this. And so that's what I'm doing, I guess. Scary, hell yeah. But that's what being bold's about, right? That's what being courageous is about saying. So the movie that what's his face was just in with the alien, god, brain fart, serious brain fart. um God, I can't think of it. I can't think of the well-known actor that was just in that movie. So anyway, this guy goes out, there's something destroying the sun. You guys know what I'm talking about now. And he goes out to this one sun that is not being affected by this thing that's destroying all the suns in the universe. And he meets, God, his name is like right there on the, can you read it? Mm-hmm. And he ends up meeting an alien that looks like a big rock. And now that was such a good movie. What an original storyline. What an unbelievably amazing storyline. Fantastic special effects. There was just no laziness whatsoever in that. And so I think laziness is the big key here, word of what I'm trying to say. And so this really does show me where I'm being lazy with me, where I can take this up here and just really make a difference in my reality. I want to see more magic in my reality. Well, then I got to bring the magic. I want to see better movies in my reality. Well, I've got to display that. I've got to be that. If I want to see more originality, then I can't be looking at other people and going, well, what are they doing? Maybe I should do that. Maybe I should think this way. Maybe I should be that way. From the get-go, none of the modalities of manifestation, they stimulated me. They got me thinking, but very quickly I moved off and went on down the line because, see, all these things outside of you, they have a beginning and an end, but you don't. And they also have requirements. God, there's a lot of bugs out here. They have, if you don't do this, this bad thing's going to happen. And I'm so fucking sick of that. I'm so sick and tired of that because that's not true. That's not true at all. And it doesn't have to be true at all. There is nowhere in the cosmic law that you can't vibrate as low as you can go and still have a fantastic day. You get to choose that. You choose the rules. You get to step up and say, I'm scared today and I can't get out of it. I'm so sick of these channeled beings that say, just be happy, just be happy. And it's like, no, it's not that easy. It's not that simple. And that's a good thing. That is such a good thing to understand that you are not simple. You are anything but simple. You are so diverse and so enormous that you can't take all this energy that is you and squish it down to this little tiny point A, point B, point C, and that's you. And that's all you have to do is just be that person and it's all good. See, the problem with those teachings is that it now makes you feel like a failure because that's not you. And if you're watching this, you understand what I'm saying. That's not you. You don't fit into that neat little box. You've been doing the methodologies. You've been jumping through the hoops and the hacks. You've been doing it all, and yet it's not quite working out the way they say. So does that mean you're wrong? No, babes. You can't be wrong. You are the creator of this reality. And those of you that have watched me understand more of what I'm saying, because I always call you the constant, because you are the only thing in your reality that doesn't come and go. You are the only thing that is constant, constantly there, constantly accessible, constantly in your reality. You're the only thing in your reality that is that. Everything else comes and goes. And you can argue with me if you like. I love it when people argue with me because I love to show them how they're wrong. But I'm not showing you that you're wrong from a standpoint of you're wrong and I'm right and let me show you how. No, I'm showing you you're wrong from a lifting up, an expansion, taking you and ripping the band-aid off to show you that you're already perfect in every fucking way possible, and quit playing the game. Let's stop it. We can do so much better. We can do so much better. But it does require maybe putting on some blinders to all the BS going on out here. The BS that is only a result of this. That's why it feels so disgusting. Because that's not you, and it never has been. You've been this. And so when you're exposed to things that are like this, like Close Encounters, like the movie about the astronaut in the rock. Why can't I remember this? Ryan Gosling. There's the actor. At least I got that part down. When you're exposed to things that reflect your brilliance, your expansiveness, and you come away going, oh my God, I've got to tell everybody how amazing this is. Maybe it's a painting. Maybe it's just a video on YouTube. Maybe it's a new song that's done by AI. My God, there's some new songs out there that are done by AI that are really fucking good. They're really good. When you celebrate, your inner being is celebrating, because that's you. That is the true reflection of you and your potential, your absolute potential. And when we come across this, whether it's a behavior, a belief, something on TV, whatever, an excuse, uh, somebody's limited thought pattern, whatever, that's a reflection of this version of you. And there's the bigger part of you that's like going, let's not play there anymore. That is as fired up as I am about the of this movie. All right, good talk. Lots of action going on down here. So I'm up high up on a deck, and the street's way down there. And I live on a dead end street, and there's usually not a damn person coming and going, nobody. And today, there's lots of coming and going. There's lots of energy flowing, and that speaks volumes to me. All right, we ready to step up to this invitation to go bigger than we've ever gone, to start saying the stuff you haven't been saying? You know I'm talking to me, right? Yeah. Yes, yes. You know, we think we've stepped out of the spiritual closet, and we only have to do that once. You got to keep doing it over and over and over, because you keep doing this, and you need to take reality with you. Even if you get one person that read it and saw it and went, wow, that's all you need. That's all you need. All right. We'll talk more about this later. let me know what you thought. Let me know what maybe came up for you out of this. That's important.
Girl. Girl. Girl.